Hello, everyone. Welcome to another HITRUST blog from the team at Risk360. Today, I'm going to talk a little about the new HITRUST assurance assessments and results distribution system. My name is Gary Holverson. I'm a consultant on the HITRUST team here at Risk360. I come from a healthcare information technology operations and security background and hope to benefit my customers with my experience in their positions. Starting in 2022, HITRUST has changed its assurance assessments and results distribution method. These changes will help startups and high-growth organizations obtain assurance assessments and demonstrate their compliance through HITRUST. HITRUST, previously an acronym for Health Information Trust Alliance, was founded in 2007 to provide healthcare IT operations with assessments of their security controls. It has since broadened the scope to offer risk-based security assessments and assurances to third-party associates and stakeholders, regardless of industry. The HITRUST CSF, previously known as the Common Security Framework, is a collection of security controls. A scoping exercise done in the MyCSF portal is leveraged to select the controls that are applicable to an organization based on an evaluation of risk factors. An external assessment of the use of the controls could lead to a HITRUST certification. Until recently, HITRUST offered only one certification at a high level of assurance. If you would like to learn more about the requirements, please read our HITRUST CSF certification white paper. Now, I want to assure you that one of my pet peeves is the use of acronyms and presentations without explanation. So if you indulge me with your patience, I will quickly define the following acronyms. This article will explain the changes to HITRUST assurance assessments and results distribution in 2022, including BC, I1, R2, and RDS. Until recently, there were three levels of what I'd like to call legacy assessments. First was the HITRUST CSF Rapid Assessment. This was a self-assessment, security-only questionnaire facilitated through the HITRUST Assessment Exchange. It offered a low level of effort, resulting in a low level of assurance. Next was the HITRUST CSF Readiness Assessment. This was performed in preparation for a validated assessment. It offered a high level of effort, resulting in a low level of assurance. Finally, there was the HITRUST CSF Validated Assessment. This was the assessment that led to the HITRUST certification. It offered high level of effort, resulting in high level of assurance. The chart below represents the level of effort required for the HITRUST CSF Legacy certification. For comparison, the chart uses 360 controls as an average and the three mandatory test categories. Although anecdotal evidence states that a HITRUST certification has prevented federal audits, small organizations often have difficulty documenting evidence and managing the HITRUST MyCSF portal. The HITRUST MyCSF is the web portal that customers and auditors use to provide the assessment findings for quality assurance review and secure communication with the HITRUST Alliance. Startups and high-growth organizations asked for a HITRUST Lite assessment leading to certification, and HITRUST responded to this request with a new portfolio of assessments. Starting in the first quarter of 2022, HITRUST is offering three new assessments. First is the Basic Current State Assessment, or BC. Its focus is on good security hygiene controls for almost any size organization. It is suitable for rapid and/or low assurance requirements. It assesses 71 HITRUST CSF requirements. It considers control implementation only. Policy and procedure maturity levels are not considered. No supporting evidence is required. It is self-assessment only. No external assessor is required. And finally, no certification can result from this level of assessment. Next is the implemented one-year assessment, or I1. This can be performed as a readiness or a validated assessment. The focus is on leading security practices. designed to provide moderate assurance. It considers control implementation only. Policy and process maturity levels are not considered. There are approximately 200 HITRUST CSF requirements. Quality assurance is completed by HITRUST. It can lead to a one-year HITRUST certification. Finally, there is the risk-based two-year assessment, or R2. This assessment offers the same level of assurance and effort as the legacy HITRUST CSF Validated Assessment. While it considers all 5 control maturity levels, only policy, process, and implemented are mandatory. Measured and managed are still optional. This assessment varies from 198 to upward of 2,000 requirements. An average threshold is considered 360 controls. This assessment can lead to a 2-year HITRUST certification, but keep in mind that the second year requires what is called an interim assessment, which is essentially a spot check of one control from each of the 19 domains. Each control is measured for policy, process, and implementation, and from my experience, there is usually 60 to 80 pieces of evidence. This assessment requires an assessor's examination of evidence. The chart below is a comparison of effort for the new I1 and R2 assessments leading to certification. For comparison, the chart uses 360 controls as an average. As I first heard the explanation of the new assessment offerings, I envisioned a grid to differentiate the level of effort needed for an implemented one-year assessment compared to the full risk-based two-year assessment. Perhaps your firm starts with a basic current state assessment, then moves to the implemented one-year assessment for certification. The second year of certification, you have a choice to make. Do you perform another implemented one-year assessment or move on to the risk-based two-year assessment to be followed by a lighter interim assessment the third year? Also new for 2022 is certification attestation hosted by the governing body. This is the HITRUST Results Distribution System, or RDS. This is where assessed entities grant access to reliant parties in HITRUST RDS system. The RDS replaces sending PDFs or portable document file reports in emails or file sharing services. If you need or are considering HITRUST certification, we would like to talk with you. Our goal at Risk 360 is to provide security, privacy, and compliance programs that leave no doubt.